2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Two minutes. Welcome to the Mansa Musa Investments and Financial Tools. Been a while since I made a video. Maybe too long, man. A lot of stuff going on. 2 minutes. We're finna get down to the nitty gritty of BRICS situation. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a long video. How you doing it? All right. 2 minutes, y'all. Y'all know me. My video is unorthodox. Man, a light right there. I hate that, but take one. Sorry for that. I gotta step away, y'all. I know it's very unorthodox, but let me try something. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. There we go. So sorry about it. There we go. Okay, y'all, I'll get into it. Everybody out there that don't know what BRICS is, you about to get the full deal of it. Okay? This right here is fair use from globalsherpa.com. I'm going to say .org. Global GL. I'm going to say GLOBALSHERPA.org. Fair use, y'all. I know y'all can't see it with the glare, but anyway. Whoever don't know about the BRICS, I'm about to jump into it, About to give you the background, the facts, and the news, okay? Okay, it's gonna be long, y'all. But anyway, here we go. I'm gonna compare it to the things that the person that was the president of Libya, that was brutally massacred, executed, beaten on the back of a tundra truck for no freaking reason. Suffered a horrible death. All right? Allegedly. I didn't see most of it. But anyway, I saw what I saw. Okay? On that note, disclaimer and facts, let me get it over with. Mumar KHADAFI, some people in some countries and, on certain continents, they talking about the man was like in his latter years, like mentally going mentally insane without no way. Because Mumar KHADAFI in his country, y'all, excuse me, I was looking. In his country, he had free healthcare, free schooling. Anytime a lady get pregnant, free maternity care. Sometimes you get people free nutrition for the kids at school. And some of the ladies, they get like monthly checks, not in welfare. It's more like something from the government, not to keep them down, stuck on, welfare, but he just, gave that as a bonus in his country. So, the BRICS, all right? What it really mean? These countries that is part of the BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Out of those 4 countries, Muammar Gaddafi wasn't friends with neither one of them. All right? Muammar Gaddafi wasn't friends with Brazil, definitely not Russia. India, nope. China, hell to the no. But anyway, those are great countries that I like, Those countries have great cultural aspects. But I'm sorry, I gotta talk about them. Brazil. Love that place. It's freaking beautiful. Russia. Oh man. So much history. India. Wow. You know what I'm talking about. Russia. The Kremlin. Russia. The mountains. How you can go hunting over there in Siberia. For wild boar. You better bring your biggest rifle though. And the great snowy country. The tigers. India. The Taj Mahal. It goes on and on. The Bengal tiger. Dangerous. Russia, the Siberian tiger. Dangerous. Brazil. Amazon rainforest. It's the largest anacondas on earth. Still beautiful. China. Where did I start? The Song Dynasty. The Wall. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan. The culture. In the mountains. Beijing. You just go on and on. Got nothing against these people. But I gotta let it rip. Okay, here we go. For anybody that has an ear, listen. For anybody that has eyes, see. For anybody that have a mouth, you can gossip on what I've just finished when I finish it. Speak. There we go. Now you're tired of me talking. The BRIC countries label refers to a select group of 4 large developing countries: Brazil, Russia, India, and China. The 4 BRIC countries are distinguished from a host of other promising emerging markets by their demographic and economic potential to rank among the world's largest and most influential economies in the 21st century. Okay? And by having a reasonable chance of realizing the potential together, the 4 original BRIC countries comprise more than 2.8 billion, comprise of more than 2.8 billion, or 40% of the world's population, cover more than a quarter of the world's land area over 3 continents, and account for more than 25% of the global GDP. BRICS countries path to 2050. Okay. A country's population and demographics. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm trying to read the stuff out. As always. Somebody getting in front of you. The country's population and demographics, among other factors, directly affect the potential size of its economy and its capacity to function as an engine of global economic growth and development. As early as 2003, Goldman Sachs forecast that China and India would become the first and third largest economies by 2050, with Brazil and Russia capturing the fifth and sixth spots. The chart below shows more recent forecasts of the world's ranking and biggest economies in the year 2050. Click the image below to make it full size. Okay. All right. Make it full size. There we go. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Let me start right there. Well, 2050. 2050. Yeah, see? By 2050. There goes the chart, y'all. 2050. All right. Guess who's second? It was not in the BRICS. The U.S. Damn, U.S. always have his head in there. And the U.S. is only 40,000. I'm gonna say $40 billion away from being number one in 2050 from China of the GDP. So you think the U.S. is gonna be less than $40 billion stop them from being number one in 2050? Yeah, shit. Oh, I'm sorry about that. It's very diabolical, financial, blogcast, I'm gonna say podcast. But anyway, sorry about that. Sorry about that. But the U.S. is $40 billion away on the GDP from not being number one. So the U.S. is not part of the BRICS. But trust you, believe me, 2050, the U.S. is going to be up there at the top. No matter how you put it, how many statistics you have, damn U.S. has always been like one of the richest countries on this global planet ever since I was a baby. That's all I used to hear from like the civil rights people and all them different people, like the news people, Tom Brokaw, Connie Chung, that man on 60 Minutes, the black man that had an earring in there. Used to love to watch that man. Cool dude. I think his name was Michael. Man, I almost called a black man. I'm gonna get it when I get off this line though. He's a powerful black dude on 60 Minutes. Used to wear an earring in his ear. Almost had his name though. I know I should have definitely remember his name. But anyway, and a lot of more people. They always have like stories and stuff. And they get on there. They had the people on the other side. And he had crossed his legs. He had an earring in his ear. This dude was cool. But anyway, they say, welcome to 60 Minutes. Then they'll say, like, you are now and definitely the richest country on earth. Next to Africa, the richest continent, really, ever on earth. It's Africa, y'all. From pound for pound, per square mile, yardage, it is Africa. All the resources they have. It's the richest continent on this face of the earth. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all. Okay, let me start right there. That was pretty good layout right there. All right. And it was, it's kind of like in there, but it's not really accurate, anything can happen in the next 30 years, Mm-hmm. I mean, say about the next 20, it's about the next 20, next 26 years, Anything can happen, all right? Anything. Okay. Number one. Here are the number one factors, the facts, and the factors of the BRICS. This is the number one fact sheet deposition about the BRICS. Number one and two BRICS. The BRICS designation was first coined by Jim O'Neill of Goldman Sachs. Y'all catching that? Goldman Sachs is like one of the top it's like one of the top hedge fund companies in New York for years and years, ever since I was small. When I was in freaking junior high school, I knew about Goldman Sachs. Okay? Goldman Sachs 2001 paper title, The World Needs Better Economic BRICS. The BRIC countries have since gone on to meet and seek out opportunities for cooperation and trade. So here we go, y'all. This is why four countries are joined together, okay? I just want y'all to compare this to what Mumar KHADAFI was trying to do with the one global currency with him, with Africa, okay? He was trying to bring his Africa under one global, I'm going to say one continent, under Africa under one continent and the currency that they had. He's trying to bring it like one, like in the whole continent of Africa, starting off with Libya and down to South Africa. Okay? Trade. Okay, that is definitely in the parameters of what Muammar Gaddafi was trying to do, because he was trying to get the greatest maritime country on board with him. That is UK and London. He was trying to get the Lords of London to, get under one trade with him and bring Africa into the trading metropolis and investments. Yep, he was trying to get. He was trying to get Africa and the UK to become an investment powerhouse together. Take over. He was trying to bring Africa to the world stock market as a whole. The maritime system of the Lords in London. He was trying to do that, bring them together with him. And infrastructure, definitely, that's what he was trying to do the most. Development and other arenas, infrastructure. Because Africa right now, they're like block of like people showing like some of the greatest cities in the world, They're very put together. And people are like landlocked in media, but now it's not like that though, Like Africa has some of the most amazing bridges like I've ever seen in my life, It's freaking beautiful, Those people put the bridges together like that. And that big body of water some of them have when they're traveling to those big cities in Africa, But Africa is a very beautiful, continent. And people are sleeping on gorgeous, some of the cities is. They're still stuck in certain areas of, they're still stuck in the third world mentality of some things happening with Africa. Like, I'm sorry about looking over like that, y'all. I know I got a big problem like it. There's the TV right there, another TV. But anyway, they're like really sleeping on Africa with that. And, it should be totally running up and up. Since they done joined BRICS, let's see what they got going on. Okay, but for me, I think they're gonna have a real hard time, trying to come together with the BRICS because they need to come as, if they don't come as one brain, the BRICS situation, it's terrible, Like certain people, they don't like each other, so they got to come as one brain in order to dominate. When you're dealing with humans like that, and coming together, they're going to be so arrogant, they're not going to complete things even coming together. They can put it down on paper, but like doing it in real life, it's not going to come together. Like some people, they're going to be hesitant about doing it. They're going to be hesitant in trying to share different things trying to get done. They're going to let the arrogance get in the way, But Mumar KHADAFI, that one currency in Africa from Libya to South America, he was almost on it. He had it. But what he messed up was he started telling people that he was doing it. So, some of the bike people, powerful people in the background, I ain't calling names. They want that situation to happen. So they do dehumanize him, as in killing him, putting him on the back of a tundra truck by rebels, and beat the man up. So they beat him into freaking coma. Like, what kind of power is that? Like, the old man wasn't messing with nobody. So that's a mark right there. But I guess go. When they did that, they shall pay because of his family. No debt goes unpaid about what you've done bad to somebody that didn't really do nothing, as in taking somebody's life. Like the old man wasn't bothering nobody. He was trying to let y'all know in the end that his life was in danger. But the cohorts want to call the man crazy. So look at Libya now. They can't come together. They can't come together as a flock. Like geese, a goose, a crows, anything. The people are like scattered all over the place. They do crazy stuff. They fight against each other. Burn different flags in the downtown, Times Square. They hated everybody. But they only knew all you damn rebels came in there, killed the damn leader. It's terrible. And then some of them was with it. So you only bring yourself down further with taking the old man's life in the dumps. I don't want to hear that about somebody he support terrorism or whatever. Tell everybody support terrorism, even America. Allegedly, we got other kind of undercover dealings with terrorists, and not so many crude ways. Like when you have different dealings with certain people, allegedly, it's like when you lay down with dogs, you come up with fleas. That's the old saying of, older people. You see, my grandmother and my grandfather said that. Hell, I thought you go outside and lay down with the dog, you're going to get them fleas on you. I thought you sleep with the dog at night. I didn't know what the hell he, excuse me. I can say that. I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know what she was talking about, but I know now, though. I'm sorry to sound funny on this channel here. I shouldn't do it, though. But I got one more funny thing, yo. Like when my grandmother used to talk to me, she said I used to do some stuff. She talking about like, oh, you was intent to do that. I like, what is intent? I was like really young, I used to think that she would make me she would like put a tent outside, go outside and make me stand in the freaking tent. That's what I thought intent was. Like she gonna make me suffer. Like build a tent outside. I used to look out the window like ain't no freaking tent outside. It's just how you're young, you don't know what things were until you read, And I didn't really know that, I would sound like stupid, whatever, to the people out there, but that's what I thought. But anyway, getting back to the real deal, the meat and potatoes, I'm sorry for that. Look. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, Goldman Sachs. In 2001, paper titled "The World Needs Better Economics." BRICS countries have since gone on to seek out opportunities for cooperation in trade, investments, and infrastructure development and other arenas. China invited South Africa to join the group of the BRICS nations in 2010 and hosted the third annual BRICS in April 2011. So Mumar KHADAFI had been trying to do that. way back in year 2000. The key indicators and statistics. I gotta show y'all some key indicators, what they got on here. Let me tap it, see it blow up. I'm ready for y'all, okay? They just got key indicators and statistics. They got BRICS development indicators, okay? Population 2009, Brazil, 194 million. Russia, 142 million. India, 1.15 billion. China, 1.33 billion. GDP, 2009, Brazil, 1.573 billion. 1.230, Russia, 232 billion. India, 1.310 billion. China, 4.985 billion. Okay, y'all see where I'm going with this? The GDP per capita, the PPP, current 2009. Okay. Go to one. Go to one. I'm going over one again, if y'all understand. The GDP per capita. Just like each person that's in, the country. It's like how much they bring, like on a daily, on a monthly basis. Like me, brother, sister, that's like $10,000 a month. That's for each person. Like the stuff that we do in our lives. Okay. So it's 10,499. That's for Brazil. 14,913. Russia. India, 3,115 per capita per person. China, $6,778 per person. For Brazil, I'll tell you all about Brazil. In Rio Grande, in Rio de Janeiro, we got some very like downtown in the square. I forgot the name of the street, but the Rio Jazz. I forgot the name of the beach over there. They got those strips over there, kind of like Beverly Hills in the U.S. and there's some high class. That's a high class spot over there, so that's why they higher than anybody. And people be sleeping on Brazil. Brazil is right next to Russia, so they telling the truth on that. But right next over in Brazil, you got a little neighborhoods where that Jesus is at with his hand up like that. It's like they got some neighborhoods that are really antique. They need rebuilding. But I know the people they're ready for a change over there. It's one of the most beautiful people you ever want to meet. Brazilian. But anyway, GDP average on the growth rate, 1990 to 2019. Let's see, 12.5 for Brazil, 0.3 for Russia, India 6.3%, China 10.1%. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm just getting y'all a little snippet of that. Okay, let me go back. Okay, and start with this here. Let me try to be quick as possible. Let me see. I'm gonna go down and read. This is where I'm gonna stop at, y'all. I'm gonna stop at Mexico and Korea. Okay, I'm just do half of it. I know y'all don't want to listen to all that going over and over again. What was that? Oh, notification. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I forgot I had a notification on my phone. It rang too much. Thought it was a freaking text. Oh man. Okay, y'all. The economic growth and development of the BRICS from 20 to 2008, the BRICS countries combined. The share of total world economic output rose from 16 to 22% together. The BRICS countries accounted for 30% of the increase in global output put during the period. To date, the scale of China's economy and pace of its development has outdistanced those of its BRICS peers. China alone contribute to more than half of the BRIC countries' share and greater than 15% of the growth in world economic output from 2000 to 2008. The chart above on key development indicators for the BRIC countries shows the sharp contrast in GDP, merchandise exports, and the UNDP's Human Development Index. Y'all got that Human Development Index? Like I said, the Human Development it's mean like how rich you could get, and like the more you advance as one person, as one tier person, like I said, just one person, they keep track of that, how much money you make. So it's like no matter how old you is, unless you're in a wheelchair, down and out, like sick, you still can make it to the top if you're upwardly mobile, like in certain countries. You can get rich. Okay, growing BRIC middle class, the rapid economic growth and demographics of China and India are expected to give rise to a large middle class whose consumption would help drive the BRICS economic development and expansion of the global economy. These charts below depict how the increase in the middle class population of the BRIC countries is forecast to more than double of that of the G7 economies. Click on the image below to view the full-size charts. Okay, I'm just go with this quick, y'all. I ain't gonna do much with this right here. Let me show y'all what's going on. Okay, it's like development, like the middle class. Okay, it's like for the middle class economic bracket 2020. Okay, what they got is Brazil, Russia, India. Okay, it's saying like people with incomes greater than $6,000. It is India, China. They got the BRICS combined, so it's just India and China because it's more like the tech industry. That's all that is. like middle upper class, but with their money that is combined towards the U.S. Since the U.S. and they own it, they don't put out their information like that. So there we go. Mm-hmm. So the 6,000 is like double from American money. Like 6,000 in a year could equal like over 30,000 or more in India compared to uh, in America. That's like people that really making like over $30,000 or more, like each person. That's all that really is. Okay. And the people is, let me see, that in the year it is 200 million. I'm gonna say that's 200 people per million people. For every 200 person in India, they make like $30,000 a year. With 200, yep. And in China, for every, that'd be 800 people make 30,000, over 30,000, but they got so many people. But anyway, y'all get what I'm talking about. Okay. Science and technology. Okay, I'm winding down. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna stop right there. This is the most important thing right here in all of it. The science and the technology. Like people really don't say that, but technology as in these days, in the digital age, it's one of the top things on earth that is definitely needed. Okay, science and technology in the BRICS. The BRICS countries of China, India, Brazil, and Brazil account for more of the dramatic increase in science research, investments, and scientific publications. Since 2002, global spending on science R&D has increased by 45% to more than 1,000. I meant to more than one. More than 1 billion to 1 trillion US dollars from 2022. I'm gonna say 2002 to 2007. China, India, Brazil more than double their spending on science research, raising the collective share of global R&D spending from 17 to 24%. China's development planning has targeted a number of scientific fields and a related number of scientific fields and related industries, including clean energy, green transportation, and rare earths, among others, since 1999. Okay, this is something that America has been doing since 1985. So this is like we're definitely ahead of the game on them. Like we started in 1985. Well, that actually in 1990 with the green earth and all that stuff like that. But it was created in 1985. Started out with like more like the oil companies and stuff like that. So it's transcends from right there. Because y'all remember when we had that oil spill in Alaska, it was the oil spill in the Puget Sound. I think I was in junior elementary or whatever. And that's all. It was yeah, it was in the Puget Sound or whatever. And I was kind of like small or whatever coming up. That's when it all started right there. So from that point on, we have been on the cusp of green, green, clean energy, green transportation, and rare earths since then, Go in and Puget Sound, that oil spill, it really woke everybody up. So we've been trying to compete. Well, we don't really compete with nobody on the clean energy thing because Singapore, they kind of like got us on that, that country there. That's why China is so, advanced because of Singapore. It is a very high-rated country in certain things. It's a very powerful economic and digital-wise, country. I like that place, Singapore. If they ever want to move somewhere or from stay for a long time, they got it might be between Singapore. It might be Singapore. Gotta be somewhere in South America, definitely, and one more place. You're gonna be somewhere, and around like Africa. Oh yeah, and the Mediterranean. Yep. So one of the two, four out of that would be me. Yep. But anyway, let me get this over with. Okay. At the end. The next 11 emerging markets. And I'm going to start right here. Okay, many analysts and commentators have suggested expanding the original group of 4 BRICS nations to include other emerging markets. Y'all see what I'm going with this right here? That's what Mumar KHADAFI was trying to do. He was trying to bring all these Africa, all the countries together as a whole on the one global currency for them, as in global, as in the continent, not as in global like all over the world. It was just for them to become global because they was about to shut down all the financial markets that we can think of. It was about to shut them down when we brought all those countries in Africa together. So this is what Africa and Mumar KHADAFI was trying to do. He was too damn powerful for his own good. That's why they took him down, do the more inhumane way, demoralizing That's why they demoralized the man like that. They brought his status down to, like an animal, The man was greater than that. But they gonna pay for it, though. Yep. They never had to do the man like that. The man was a brilliant mind. But anyway, y'all see where I'm going with this? Goldman Sachs registered conferring BRICS status on other developing countries on the grounds of their demographics and economic characteristics do not hold the potential for them to rival the economic size of influence of the BRICS countries or today's leading economies. U.S. and Japan. In a nod to the interest in other emerging markets, Goldman Sachs identified another group of economically dynamic and promising developing countries, creative label the Next 11. In 2005, economics paper number 134, how solid are the BRICS? The Next 11 consists of a broader group of emerging markets with potential to play significant roles in the global economy, including Bangladesh. I was close to it when I said, what is India? Bangladesh, Egypt, that's in Africa, Indonesia, Iran, Korea, Mexico, Nigeria, that's in southwestern Africa, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Turkey, and Vietnam. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Mumar KHADAFI had all these right here in his pocket. He had Egypt. He had Iran. He had Korea. He had Nigeria. He had Pakistan. I think he had Turkey. I don't know about. I think he had Mexico. Mexico and South Korea. He had South Korea trying to join with his thing, what he's trying to do. So Mexico or the Next 11, two countries, Mexico and perhaps South Korea, were considered to have the capacity to become as important globally as the BRICS. Both OECD countries were excluded from the BRICS, grouping on basis that they were already too much farther along in their economic development than the BRICS and were not likely to attain the economic stature of or global influence of the original four BRIC countries. They got Indonesia, they're talking about them. They got South Africa. This is where I'm gonna stop. I'm show y'all what he's talking about. South Africa. This is what Mumar KHADAFI was trying to grab right here. Notice they got South Africa last on this thing right here. Okay, when I read this, I want y'all listen very carefully. You see what they actually are talking about. Because Mumar KHADAFI, he already was talking with Putin back then. I think it was like real good friends back then. So whatever come out of this statement right here, this is the reason why what happened to Muammar Gaddafi. All right. And these are excerpts of just bio notes of what could possibly would have been. So it's not much, but listen very close. Okay, South Africa. Despite China's invitation, Goldman Sachs O'Neill has long contended that South Africa's population of 50 million people, South African population of 50 million people, 50 million. Come on, y'all. South African population of 50 million. Y'all know that's dead wrong, right? Oh, he said South Africa. Oh, that's right. And look at South. Look at just look at this right here, y'all. Just the southern part of Africa holds 50 million people. They just in South Africa, man. Just think about that. Just really just dig deep and think about that. On the global impact of what Muammar Gaddafi was on, you know? Just think about what he had in his treasure chest if he would have pulled that off, you know? He was on to an economic like gold mine. What he was about to pull off with that one global currency for Libya and South Africa. Okay, listen closely. 50 million people, a fraction of Russia's 143 million and China's 1.34 billion people. It is too small for BRICS status. Yeah, I know that's a lie, right? Don't believe that. That's just in South Africa alone. Okay? So why would the bio notes right here just wipe out South Africa as a whole? Because they know the power of Africa and the resources, even in South Africa, the power that the resources hold in South Africa. So how would they just disappear? It's just in South Africa, y'all. 50 million people. So y'all listen clear to see where the lies start, you know? It's well written and well spoken. There's always an attack on certain people, places, and things, you know? So there we go. So at roughly $285 billion in 2009, South Africa economy was less than 1/4 of that of Russia's. The smallest of the original BRIC country economies at about $1.232 billion. Don't you know that's lies, y'all? Y'all see. So y'all just see how they just wiped out Africa, South Africa. Not the whole continent of Africa. Just South Africa. Don't y'all know all the countries that South Africa consists of? You see how they just backed away from that? Don't you see? See how the lies and the racism, like people, they just read it's like, oh, I'm so sad it's South Africa. Nah, it might have well written. It's written, y'all. It's a damn racism, all right? Okay. That has been the end of that. It was a long journey right there. It took me a whole hour to do it. Told y'all it was gonna be long. More reading and speaking. But y'all see how it just ripped South Africa away. I don't care how beautiful it's written, still it's freaking racist, all right? Okay? That's what Muammar Gaddafi was trying to do. He was trying to introduce it to South Africa first, then bring it back east and west, and bring it up north, bring it to the northwest and the northeast coastal lines on up to top northern. He was trying to make a circle from the bottom up. You think they was gonna let that happen on the continent of freaking Africa? A place that got 54 countries inside of it. You think they're gonna freaking let that happen? Because you know how large those countries in Africa are. The cities in Africa. Developing cities. It's freaking out of this world, you know? You think anything else can be clamored with that? It's like a lot of countries are gonna take a great fall. If he'd have brought them under one currency from the top, bottom to the top, on up, just circle the whole Africa, it's been a totally economic disaster for a lot of people. Hell, including America, China, Brazil, India. The list go on and on. They had to be bowing at Africa's feet, knocking on the door. Like, can we get a loaf of bread or whatever? If that man would have pulled off the most sound economic and financial thing globally of bringing Libya and South Africa under one currency, as in gold, just think about the powerful dynamic impact he would have had. It's like devastating, right? So you see on the little podcast thing right there, I'm into the bow notes that I read. It just knocked South Africa out of the way. But South Africa consists of more than just that little bit right there. So you see, even in economics, they don't want to say certain things because it's freaking certain places. A place as in Africa, they'll start with South Africa. It's actually, I call it economic racism, all right? So, y'all see where I've been. Y'all see the Golden Brick Road where I went from when I started off. Now, I didn't want to do no screaming and yelling. I just want to show y'all from what I was reading to that point. Yeah, I know the man passed away. I know y'all probably don't like the man. I know the status of how they made the man out to be some kind of, tyrant and, a king of his country. As in, like he support terrorists and stuff. They just make the man to be out to be the totally fanatical terrorist, But you got to go and look deeper than that because he wasn't. Everybody always want to squash people, just make them look like freaking terrorists. Why do everybody, every president of this global spirit got to be a damn terrorist? It's totally insane, you know. Mm-hmm. So on that note, everybody in America, like the presidents, I guess they're terrorists too, huh? Mm-hmm. See how they want to bring you down? Look at this. Muammar Gaddafi. Let me see who else. Saddam Hussein. Uh, it's one more president. Over there in over in uh, Osama bin Laden. Let's look at the color of these people, you know? Let's look at the skin tone. Look where they come from. Just think about it. All the stuff that they knew. Mm-hmm. They want to get rid of him. Saddam Hussein. They're talking about, how many thousand people. They tried to take over his compound and they said they're going to kill him. They came around his castle. I guess I call it the castle. And the president, we call our thing, it's like almost like a castle or whatever. They said they're going to kill him and stuff. Don't you hear he had those people follow it? Don't you know that's a threat to him? How can you threat the president of the country? He said, hey, you're going to kill the person. That's a damn threat. So either they're going to put you in jail or they're going to do something to you. But over in that country, he had him tracked for years. And he went to the village where they live at. And lo and behold, he had those people killed. They trying to say it was genocide. No, it wasn't genocide. Number one, he should never travel to the man castle, the presidential castle in Iraq. Standing outside with a picket sign saying we're gonna kill him. So it's actually like your village, like down the street from his compound. So you're gonna kill the man. So who in the hell know that you might not kill the man? Like certain people. So you threaten to kill the man, you think he ain't gonna do nothing to y'all? Like families and wives of families. See, over here in America, we got freedom of speech. We have picket signs. We don't have no damn kill the president. We don't say no shit like that, okay? Excuse me, it's on the back note of this financial. I can do a little cursing, We don't do that over here. No matter how much we dislike the president, we won't say we can damn kill the president. We won't say nothing like that because we don't want it to freaking happen. We're just frustrated with the economy, even though we might be the richest country. Like we have some cities over here that have terrible situations, with like they have terrible economic downfalls in certain cities. But we might picket it on Washington, but you ain't gonna see nobody on a picket sign saying murder the freaking president or you go in jail. Now they call that like a domestic threat. Like we got the sign up there. Yeah, you got the freedom of expression, but they're gonna take you out of that crowd and ask you why you put it up there for. You put it up there for symbolism, or you put it up there like you think you're gonna do it. They'll ask you some questions. And damn Secret Service gonna grab you out of that parade. They're gonna get you. They're gonna sit you down in that corner, and you don't answer the right question. You're going to spend a night or two in jail. You pay a hefty fine. Somebody gets you behind out of there. You made that sign for nothing. Right? They want to know why you made that sign. You know you're in parading against the economy. You want your cities to be better, like poverty and stuff like that for certain people. But you had to put that on there They want to know why. They know I already know you ain't gonna do nothing really. They just want to know why did you stick it on that sign. Like we don't do that over here. No matter how mad we think about certain situations in our economy, like things might get too high. Like food, might be gas, might be heating, electricity, it might be uh, mortgage, stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna spit fire out of our mouth. We're gonna look at each other in the grocery store. We ain't really say much. We're gonna shake our head like people. We don't really have to say much. Like we do things like eyes. We smile. We'll look at like the price tag. Like you see another person, they'll come behind. They'll look up at you. Shake their head, and we already know we come as one in the grocery store. Like, oh yeah, that's too high. Yeah, eggs cost $15. For eggs. We have our own code in the grocery store. We actually pick it in right then. We pick it in with our eyes and our gestures to each other. We don't really say much. Say much. So you see that we don't have to go like y'all do. How much y'all are going to take out the president? All right. We just do it as togetherness. Like, oh yeah. Like we were saying, like it'll be over after a while. That's how we do it. But y'all get out there. Y'all be talking about killing the freaking president. Like y'all crazy, Or why do you want to do something like that? Like it ain't none of his damn fault. It's like a global thing, He's just damn president. I have, said things frustration, like against the president. You ain't see me trying freaking kill the president. Are you nuts? I don't want that to happen. Like, for what? That ain't my damn cup of tea. Ain't that much, embedded in the economy. It's like out of my control, like certain things, It's like maybe we'll get there pretty soon. Just because it's frustration against the economy. It's not one person, fault. Even the president. The man can only do so many things, Just the leader of the free world. So, but it can be more things done. Just like for us, in my ancestral line, it's like we're always talking about when you say reparations, people they get like fog on the brain, They start saying crazy stuff. Like even some powerful black people, they start going nuts, like reparations. We saying we really need reparations, like for us, like real quick, Like some people they go crazy, Like you don't really know like the suffrage that we had ever since 15 like 15 I think it was like 15 between 1550 and 1562 on until 1560 it was like 18 like 1800s. It's like the suffrage is like tremendous, You just don't understand like the ancestral line, like where we come from, like the suffrage that we went through, like coming up and learning all the stuff that happened to us as a race, It's like terrible, All the stuff happened to our people, how they got here on these ships and stuff that happened to them, and how they did them, It's like we need freaking we need compensation for that, the stress, the pillage, just the rape of our culture, it just did us bad. They don't want to. They don't want to bow down to giving us one red cent. So, like y'all see how it go hand in hand with like Mumar KHADAFI. It's like once they found out that you trying to become king, but we ain't really become king in reparations. It's just something that's needed from our ancestors and what they went through, all the suffering and pillage and inhumane situations they had to go through. So they need to have a smile on their face from up above, looking down on us, saying like, yeah, y'all got it for us. We happy. This is what we stood out all this time for. Y'all can get us, y'all got it. We happy. Like, we glad they brought us over here to make us work till we have blood coming out of our fingernails. But y'all got it. We happy. Now we can rest. They don't see that. They see just a big block of red tape. It's not like it. So, on that note, I'd like to say thanks for watching the financial channel, Mamusa Financial Tools, Investments. Whatever y'all can pick out of this, pick it. Whatever y'all can't pick out of it, throw it away. And like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Y'all stay safe and stay smart. I'm out.